Rocket League, a game that most people have heard of, and a game that actually most people have played, especially after it went free to play, when Epic Games, of course, took over. Now, Rocket League is a game that isn't, very advanced in terms of graphics and also in terms of mechanics, I suppose, since it is fairly basic in what it is. It is cars and there is a ball. That is the game in a way. And yeah, it can be seen as quite basic, but actually it can be pretty advanced, especially, of course, when you get into the higher ranks of the game. Now, Rocket League has been out since 2015, and to this day, about, 8 years later, it is actually still very, very popular and still has quite a big player base, and it still is, frequently updated. It gets new seasons all the time, and it is still, a fully supported game. Now, in 2021, I believe, we got the updates for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, which did allow for 120 frames per second, which of course is a big improvement for Rocket League. Rocket League does feel much better with a higher frame rate, and you also are able to get a higher resolution on those next generation consoles as well. So yeah, you are able to really actually, make the most of Rocket League in a way, but you're only making the most of the Rocket League that we have at the moment. And it has been leaked that there is actually going to be a new version of Rocket League at some point, and that is regarding Unreal Engine 5. And in this video, we'll be going over everything you need to know about a next-gen version, a new version of Rocket League. So yeah, let's get into that. But just before all of that, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a fantastic website where you can get access to games and add-ons for insanely cheap prices. You can get any sort of game really on PC, PlayStation, Xbox at a heavy discount. There are some really, really good deals on there, and since I've been using it, I've actually been saving loads and loads of money, so it's just something that I strongly recommend using. So be sure to use the link in the description next time you want to pre-order or purchase a game or a gift card or an add-on for a game, anything really. Be sure to use the link in the description to use Instant Gaming and save yourself some money. Now, Epic Games has never specifically told the public that Unreal Engine is actually something that is going to happen for Rocket League, but it was interestingly actually leaked that this is something that is going on in the background that we don't really know about. In one of Epic Games' job advertisements for a marketing copywriter, in the description for that job ad, it said that Unreal Engine is on the cards, and that the role would support Psyonix in future projects such as moving Rocket League and Rocket League Sideswipe to Unreal Engine 5. It actually said this: "The marketing department continues to build out its team in order to maintain and expand its ability to support Rocket League's ongoing initiatives, as well as future Psyonix projects, including Rocket League Sideswipe and Rocket League's move to Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, pretty interesting. And in response to this leak, the Psyonix community manager, Devin Connors, further confirmed this, saying, "Upgrading the technology that powers Rocket League, including a move to Unreal Engine 5, is something we are actively working on. This is a long-term project for us, and we'll share more details when we're ready to show our players what's coming next." So there we go. We basically know for sure that that is something that's going to happen, but we just don't know when, we don't know what it will involve, and yeah, we really know nothing else other than that. But knowing it is Unreal Engine 5 can give us a good idea of what we could expect. The transition to Unreal Engine 5 will actually allow for Rocket League to expand its extracurricular activities, alongside making the game perform and look much better, which of course will play a crucial part. Now, features such as, the custom training, the matches against AI, and also customizing your vehicle will all get a complete makeover, most likely, with more ways of coding and expanding on these being available for the developers in Unreal Engine 5. Now, you could also expect maybe a creative mode or something like that we did get in Fortnite, which of course was also by Epic Games. And, that would allow for custom maps to be made, and also for, time trials, maybe some extra training methods as well. It'd be really, really cool to see how that could work and how it could actually change the scene of Rocket League. Now, something you could maybe compare what we might get with Unreal Engine 5 and Rocket League 2 is maybe Counter-Strike 2 or Overwatch 2. I think those are sort of similar things that have happened that will be happening to Rocket League, if that makes sense. So not entirely changing the game, the actual, idea of the game will stay the same. Of course, it's still Rocket League, but in a way they probably won't call it Rocket League 2. They might do, who knows, but with the way that they've worded it with the upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, I don't think they would. It's not really needed either, to be honest with you. But yeah, you will get general improvements to the game. Now, it's likely this would be next-gen exclusive and PC exclusive. I find it hard to believe that they would release this on Xbox One and also PlayStation 4, but who knows, maybe they will. I tend to get that prediction wrong quite a lot of the times, to be honest with you, but yeah, I do think with this one it is unlikely as well that it will release on PlayStation 4 and and Xbox One, but, you know, we'll see. Now, in terms of the upgrades we'll get graphically and performance-wise, in terms of graphics, well, it's hard to know exactly what they'll upgrade without, you know, them saying, but it's likely, you know, some of the resolutions will be improved, some of the text resolutions and everything like that will actually have an improvement, and just the overall graphics of the game, maybe some of the weather aspects outside of the stadium, some of the render resolutions, everything like that just might be upgraded slightly, maybe some improved color grading as well. Who knows how that will all work, but yeah, some upgrades to the graphics are definitely on the cards, and definitely something that would happen if we did get an upgrade to Unreal Engine 5. In terms of performance, it's difficult to see how they could improve that with the game already being 120 frames per second. Maybe they'll make it more, but obviously you couldn't do that on a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and on PC it's already uncapped, so it's difficult to see performance-wise how the game would improve, since the frame rate for me has already been pretty persistent. I suppose sometimes I've had a couple frame drops on Nintendo Switch, but obviously I don't know if that would get an Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, who knows how that will work. But on my Xbox and on my PlayStation, on my PC, I've never really had any issues with performance. On my Series S, when I did switch to 120 frames, the graphics weren't as good as they are. Well, not the graphics, but the resolution wasn't as high, of course, but that's just the console. You can't really change that with the new version. If anything, it would make it worse, but I don't think the performance will really be changed at all with the new version of this, since I can't see how they can improve it. So providing it just doesn't get worse, then really I can't see how there'll be massive changes to that. But maybe on PC we'll get some improved optimization or something like that. So yeah, we really don't know loads about this new version of Rocket League, but what we do know is it is using Unreal Engine 5, which basically allows for developers to add more to the game, and it gives them more potential for Rocket League. Now, in terms of how this will work, it's probably going to be free to play, to be completely honest with you. Overwatch 2 and Counter-Strike 2 both had the same sort of thing, and they were free to play, and I have no doubt that this will stay free to play as well. And in terms of when it will happen, absolutely no clue. I would say probably next year at this point. Maybe it will get announced this year, who knows, but I think next is probably quite likely, or maybe the year after that. I really don't know, but I think 2024 seems like, in terms of how Rocket League is going at the moment, I think that would be a good idea of when to do it, just to freshen things up a bit, since, you know, getting these new seasons are fine, but something really properly new would definitely be a nice thing for Rocket League to get, since it's been a while since something like that has happened for the game. So yeah, I would say probably we're looking at 2024, but I could be completely wrong. Could come out next week for all I know. And yeah, in terms of the major improvements, the overall game will just be improved. So in terms of features, we'll probably get some new features for the game. Graphics, that'll be a big improvement. Maybe, yeah, performance like we talked about earlier. But the overall idea of the game will stay the same. It will just be the Rocket League that we all know and love to this day. But yeah, it would be nice to see some further improvements for the game on next-gen consoles, since right now it is just using the older version of the game, just with a patch that improves the frame rates, really. That's just been about it. But yeah, Rocket League at the moment is a great game. I still play it a lot. I love the game. But yeah, it'd be nice to see a big change. I think it would definitely freshen things up for the player base. But yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. That's everything we know about a new version of Rocket League using Unreal Engine 5. Now, on screen, you are seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.